What's up, guys?
Welcome back to the channel.
This is part 3 of the Integra RS rebuild.
And today we're going to be painting all the other parts that we didn't paint.
So we have the front bumper, mirrors, fuel door, door handles.
Side skirts, rear filler panel, and we also have the ITR style wing hanging up there. There is a couple other things that we're missing just because we don't have space for it primarily, and also one of the parts hasn't got here. So that would be the
ITR style front lip.
And the body side moldings. There's just way too much going on, and we need enough access to move around everything. So those are just 4 little strips that we can literally lay out on one of these tables afterwards and paint that without any problems, because we are going to paint that with the lip, but that won't be, we won't make a video on that. We'll just have all that ready for when we put the car back together.
Yeah, that'll be part of the final assembly. Other than that, the goal for today is lay paint and clear, so that next time we come in, the hope is to be able to assemble pretty much.
Yeah, so nothing changed. We did get more paint, and we did get it this time. Unfortunately, they were out of, they didn't have the big, or they didn't have a small 1K clear, so we did get a 2K clear. It's still a 4-to-1 mix ratio, but this one is, since it is a 2K, it is a little thicker. So we just got to be a little bit more cognizant of that when we start spraying. We did notice that we have overspray on the complete car. Oh, sorry, our orange peel on the complete car. So we're just trying to limit how much more work we have to do after the car's all painted.
Yeah, in theory, if everything goes as planned, we won't have to cut and buff these things because the rest of the car does need it. So
yeah, so hopefully this 2K clear works, and we can kind of define our products going forward, so we could be more efficient with time.
Yeah, it's a learning process, but we are overall it's still much better than the white Civic we painted. There's not as many drips. There's actually very few drips. I think there's only 2.
Yeah, we could go with that.
Yeah. So, but overall, we're getting paint. We're getting enough paint on everything. It's just a matter of us learning how to. The prep work is still what we're practicing, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna mix some paint,
and I'm gonna do the adhesion promoter. This is what we call a disaster. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Bugs on multiple bugs on one panel. We were getting a crazy reaction again on certain panels. Side skirts are just absorbing the paint. Realistically, the only things that we're going to keep painting are one door handle, the driver's side door handle, the fuel door, the filler panel, the wing, and the bumper. So 5 things are getting painted. Everything else we gotta kind of start from scratch.
Yeah, so you want to zoom in here and come in closer. You guys can see this reaction. I'm not sure if we showed you guys that reaction on the. This has the same reaction there. See right here.
The paint is shrinking, which we're.
Yeah. So we didn't. I don't know if we showed it to you guys when we went over the Civic, my brother's SI. That had the same type of reaction in the engine bay multiple times, like you said in that video. And I think we've brought it down to the surface prep that we use, the surface cleaner. If we don't dry it all the way down, it's absorbed, or it stays around and basically reacts to the paint. So when we painted the car, we did wipe the car down with the surface cleaner, but then we aired it down with the hose to make sure that it evaporated. But that's very unfortunate because we had that reaction there. I don't think we have. This.
That mirror was just not.
This mirror is actually not bad. We could have kept painting this actually.
Yeah, but
it wasn't bad. But at this point, it would have been actually easier the next time. But we're gonna keep this up here because we'll just touch another base, a couple more base on that clear. The gas cap is gonna get cleared. Driver's side door handle is gonna get cleared. The filler panel over here. I think the filler panel was probably the only panel that didn't give us any issues at all.
Yeah, and that's being that this was red before, and we just literally scuffed it up.
It required the least amount of paint for coverage, and also it just paint laid way nicer on this than any other panel. Through the paint, we noticed that there's a lot of like rod chips or like rod dents on the bumper, so the bumper could have used a nice glaze putty, and it's just unfortunate because we weren't able to get all that done. So, and we also ran out of paint again. So I thought that was gonna mix half a gallon of paint. That was gonna be sufficient, but I didn't account for the side skirts absorbing so much of the paint. Also, we also gotta work on how we spray because we do waste a lot of paint as well. But we're just learning, you know. Maybe in the future we could be more efficient with that. But regardless, even if we had a little bit more paint, we still right now because we could go over these a couple times. There are some like imperfections in not imperfection, but when we sand it down to a primer on a couple of these panels that we had to go over again a couple times, and hopefully with the amount we did, it's enough to cover it and it won't show up through the clear. But it's just a learning experience, and so we're not trying to beat ourselves up too much about it because we are just learning. This is our full complete paint job. When we did the Civic, we didn't break anything down like this. I mean, we also didn't have the space, but
I do think that going forward, a couple things that we kind of knew, but we don't even know where the source is colored sealer.
oh yeah, I've seen that. I've actually seen somebody. I don't know who it was.
Paint Society.
Paint a car. I don't know if it was him, but I definitely seen somebody paint a car and they use like a almost like a. I guess it's red. It's like an orange or red sealer or primer, and that helps cover up the paint because this dark blue takes a lot of paint to cover up. The black. I mean, we should have definitely done something on the side skirts. Absolutely, something that would at least adhere better to the paint.
Yeah,
and
well,
wouldn't
something
absorb
that,
the
that
paint.
exactly, something like give it a base to start off.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, the panels that came out that were gonna clear came out good, and we're just gonna go ahead and move forward, clear it, and it does put a delay in the timeline, but again, this is a learning curve. We're learning, and it's part of the process.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's part of the process. It'd be ideal for us to just come in and paint it like we did with the car.
Yeah.
Even though we got a wet sand that,
We didn't have any reactions on the car.
we just had
Realistically,
that one where the gun spit out some of the clear.
Yeah.
It created a little imperfection in the paint.
that's on the driver quarter panel. Yeah.
Either way, it's just at the end of the day, it's just gonna come off the top. Just learning experience, and at the end of the day, I'll get what I get for the car. It's not that big of a deal.
We're gonna keep moving forward either way.
So yeah, let's make some clear. It's a 2K clear, so maybe we could do a better job at that. So maybe we could save some time in the future.
Stay optimistic. Let's do it.
Yeah, so let's get right to it.
All right, guys.
So
This was a disaster,
yeah, this didn't come out nothing like we wanted it to.
or nothing like any other of the stuff that we painted. It was actually, this was a complete nightmare. Things that came out decent: bumper, one door handle, hood. I'm sorry, wing, and the filler. The filler actually came out the best.
And the trunk. No, the thing that came out the best was probably the smallest piece we painted, or the second smallest piece, which was the gas cap.
Yeah.
Thing's perfect. and the only thing bad about it is that how we hung it up, it just kept moving when we sprayed it, so we had to hold it. And we held it from the hinge that's gonna be bolted in, and nobody's gonna see that.
Yeah.
So
Overall, this is actually very late at night. We ran into every issue we could. And
yeah, coming from the high of painting the car, even though like it doesn't look like how we expected it to,
It's also not bad.
it's not terrible compared to like at least like at the bare minimum. If we didn't get
It's
these
better than the
reactions,
makeup page up.
100%. But if we didn't get these reactions and all these like the side skirts absorbing all the paint, if we were able to just come here, lay the paint down, lay the clear, and get out, it would have been a lot easier. Or at least we would have been happier because then that's all stuff that we could address later on
Yeah.
down the road, especially the orange peel. But now we're stuck with having to sand down stuff that we just sanded down. Then we have to paint, and then we might have to primer some of the pieces.
Yeah. All
Especially-
those panels are gonna have to be primered down.
Especially the side skirt because of the of the absorption of the paint. So we're just gonna primer that. Hopefully, then we could lay the paint on the primer and it won't absorb it.
Yeah, which is gonna be the
We've
goal.
probably done like a latex paint or something, like a latex clear or something.
Like
something,
a
something that-
urethane.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like we would have been able. But we may just use the side skirt from the RS and just sand scuff that and just paint
Paint
that.
them. I think that's gonna be the easiest way to tackle this. As far as the side skirts, we still have a couple things that we have to figure out.
Yeah.
Mirrors, one door handle. I think that's actually it.
Mirrors, door handle,
And
side
side
skirts,
skirts,
and
yeah.
the lip, and the quarter panel pieces.
The moldings, all the moldings.
So all that we're gonna paint off camera because we don't want to drag this on anymore. Next time you see us, next time you see this car and this project, we're gonna be assembling everything.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be painted. We'll go over that and paint it. So, thank you guys very much. This will be the last actual working video of the series of the month of June. Tomorrow is gonna be a recap, and we're excited. We're thankful for you guys tuning in and thankful for all the growth that we've done in the last 30 days, and we'll go more into detail of that tomorrow.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody that has subscribed and has tuned in for our videos. We're getting great feedback as compared to what we were seeing before, motivating us to keep moving forward towards our goal. So we appreciate you guys.
See you guys on the next one.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.